So thank you, Lisa, for joining me, and I'm really excited to talk to you because I know we just launched your program recently, and it's been going really well, and I think you've learned a lot through this experience. So would love to hear some of the insights that you've learned and just have some questions for you. So let's just start maybe at the beginning and give people your backstory and how you got to this point in the journey and why you really decided that you wanted to do this and why you reached out for help.
Well, I have a long-standing 20-year business, and I've been making a slow pivot. I'm a healer, and I wanted to expand my healing skills, but in a new way, utilizing software that's available today. And I had this incredible web developer who kept talking about Circle, like that I really need to have a community and that I should be using Circle. And I created the website over a year ago, and then I had to sort of put it on hold. And then when it was time for me to get going, I was like, great, I'm going to use Circle, and I want to do this incredible program to help people. So I started using Circle, and I honestly, I just didn't have the time to figure it out. And while I do have some technical skill, I just didn't have the time running two businesses. How am I going to figure out how to use Circle and build the robust program that I want to build? And so what happened is that I started seeking help. First, I actually tried to do it on my own. Like, okay, we're going to learn how to do this. And it was just too much for me. I just couldn't do it. And that's why I started looking, and I found you, and I really liked some of the people that you helped in the past, and I loved, like, I could relate. One of them in particular was also a healer, and I thought, okay, so he kind of understands my business needs and what I'm looking to do. And then I watched a bunch of your videos, and I thought, okay, I really like Jordan, I'm going to try. So I interviewed several, but I decided to go with you. That's how it all happened. But it was because of my web developer. Circle, Circle, Circle. This is the future. And so I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out. I want to stay current.
Yeah, sounds like a smart web developer.
Yeah. She
Cool.
uses Circle.
Yeah, that's great. Cool. So you recently launched, and tell us about what that process was like, building and then going up to the launch, and then what were some of the results for the launch in terms of how many people signed up and how much revenue you've made and that kind of thing.
I think really what was so great for me meeting you and working with you in the beginning is that you helped me see what my plan was for launching and what I needed to accomplish at each step. And I had this huge idea that I had to have like an enormous amount of work done, and you showed me, no, you actually can, inch by inch, life is a cinch. And you sort of showed me that you don't have to go the mile, you can just go a few steps at a time, and it was totally attainable. So I worked on all those steps, and I had help with a designer, so we were able to create everything we needed to. And then you and your team, you were so helpful in helping us get it organized. And we had all these great ideas, but you helped us really distill, no, this goes here, and then you can do it this way. And so that feedback made everything successful for us. And then when it was time to launch, we had to get our marketing in line, and we started to do some advertising on social media, which again, you were right there helping me with, saying, okay, giving me feedback on different kinds of tips and how to reach out to my community and what kind of a plan to do for, say, Black Friday or New Year's special, etc. So you really helped with all of that. And then we launched, and of course I was terrified, like, is anybody going to sign up? And sure enough, we had signups not only with the Black Friday, but then as we neared our launch date in early January, then that's when really it happened. And you were right on the money when you said people wait until the very last minute. And that's when I had a ton of people sign up, and I'm still getting signups a month into it. So it's awesome. It's really fabulous.
That's amazing. Yeah. So I'm curious if you remember some of those aha moments throughout the journey. I know you had just mentioned a couple, like people signing up at the last minute, but if anything else comes to mind.
Yeah, one of the things that I thought I had to do is that I thought I had to have all my content out there and ready. And I have this huge area of Circle that's all recipes. And I thought, how am I going to get all of this done? And you let me see that actually it's better not to have all the content out there, that you want to continue to dribble content because people get really excited about new content and they want to go look and see, oh, what is she posting? And that's happening right now as I put more and more content out there. My community, they're getting really excited about the things that I'm now releasing. And that was a huge stress reliever too, knowing that, I don't have to have it all ready now. I can dribble stuff out after I launch. That was a huge aha moment for me. And then a few of the other aha moments were just sort of, though, with your experience, knowing Circle so well, you helped me organize like how I deliver content. And you helped me set up the appropriate spaces for that I never thought of, like how to have a welcome space and what kinds of things do you put in the welcome space. And then, do you want to have a discussion space or maybe you want to have announcements. So you really helped me think outside of my box. I got outside of my box and I got more into your world. And then that really opened my ability to be a better community leader.
Yeah, I think the content piece is huge, of not needing to feel the pressure to have everything 100% done before you launch. Because so many of us, we're experts and we're just obsessed with a certain topic. So we've collected so much knowledge and information for decades, and we feel like we have to put all of this stuff in the course because it's so good and so valuable. And we just keep delaying. It's not ready until I finish, these 3 more lessons and all of these different guides and all that stuff. And it's funny, I think part of it is just we're a little scared and we're nervous and we need it to feel like it's good enough and valuable enough. But then if we do it that way and we wait until it has so much stuff, when a person joins, then it's overwhelming, right? Because then there's just like hundreds of hours of videos and all these resources and PDFs and handbooks, and it's like, what am I supposed to do first? There's just too much stuff. So it can actually be counterintuitive. It can work against us, that like putting too much content in there is actually not a good thing. And I think another thing that you've already realized by, you launched your program in the last month or so, and you were just mentioning to me that you've already noticed some things that need to change, right? Yeah. And so you're going to make some tweaks to the program. And so we can't really predict what we need ahead of time. And that's another reason why I really encourage people to launch first, have more of a minimum viable product or minimum viable community, and then get that feedback and adjust so that you're not wasting your time and energy and resources on creating things that maybe aren't going to serve as well as you had hoped that they would.
Well, and I also really loved how you said to me, it doesn't even really matter how many people sign up for your first cohort. You use the first cohort as an opportunity to refine what you're doing. I've learned in this last month, I've learned so much about what I want to change, and I'm already changing it. Why not? And also, I've already thought about some of the content and how I want to change the content I've already released. So that's another reason why it's so important not to drop all your content before you open, because you make changes as you go through the process.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So I know that building courses and doing coaching and building communities is really, really popular, and a lot of people want to get into this. And there's a lot of products out there and guides and videos and courses that promise to show you the 3 easy steps to do this, and they always make it sound so easy and so fast and so simple, and you just do 1, 2, 3 and it'll be done and really successful. And the reality is, it's still a lot of hard work. And I really commend you because you did that work and you put in that time and you do have that experience and expertise and passion for what you're doing and for serving other people and helping them. So yeah, kudos to you. You really put in a lot of effort, and that's what made it successful. So I'm just thankful that I was able to guide you and help you and give you some tips and try to help give you a shortcut really to being more successful. But you were the one that put in the effort and the work.
Right.
So yeah, I'm sure you can attest that it is a little bit harder. It takes longer than what a lot of these Facebook ads would like you to believe of, launch your program in 30 days and it's going to make you $1 million and such. But yeah, I would love to hear really how you felt about the experience of working together and what that was like for you and working with me and my team, and how you felt that impacted your success.
Well, first of all, this whole idea of launching your product or your program in 30 days, yeah, I mean, maybe if you didn't sleep for 30 days, you could do that. But the one of the best benefits I think that I got was that I had an idea, which was to launch a community. But I really had no idea how to do that. And after my first meeting with you, I had an understanding of the enormity of the project, and yet how if you go step by step, it's not that overwhelming. You just have to plan wisely. You have to use your time appropriately, and you can do it. And working with you, you're so efficient and clear and confident, like you've done this before, and so you knew, whereas I had no idea what I was doing, and I was overwhelmed by the platform itself. I was really overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, how do I do a paywall? And even though you learn how to do a paywall, it's so easy, but it's very overwhelming when you're looking at the product for the first or second time, trying to work through it. So I went from being incredibly stressed to really having almost no stress about it. I had a plan. I was going to launch at a certain time. I had plenty of time to get everything done. And your tips along the way helped me be successful. I remember you helped me with talking about my videos, how to edit the videos, how to create supplemental content for each post. And I was thinking, again, inside this little box, and I was over here, and you had this big world. And so you helped me go into that world and see that there was some limitless possibilities. And then I would have a question, and I would send it to you and your people, and I would get an answer back right away. And whenever I wanted more detail, like, could you help me out with the code here? Like, how do I do that? I got all of those things figured out. Now I'm empowered to do some, access some of the features that Circle has that I wouldn't have been able to do if I hadn't been working with you. And so I feel really empowered and like, yeah, I got this. I can figure this out. And then at every step, every time we met, I felt encouraged. Like, I've really felt like, okay, I'm on my way. This is happening. Like, I'm doing this. And your encouragement and your ability to see that what I was doing was exactly what I needed to do. Whereas I was kind of like, I think, is this the right thing? I don't know. But you really helped me stay focused, get there. And without a lot of effort, I think, on your part, you just really helped me get there. And working with you is so easy. It was really easy. It wasn't, I never felt like there was a struggle. I felt like every time we got on a call, you were right there. Like, okay, how's this going? And and here's a suggestion, and like, reach out to me for this. And I did, and you were there, and I could never have launched in the time frame if I hadn't worked with you. I would still be figuring out a paywall and, just even trying to organize my spaces. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you and your expertise, and it really made all the difference.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a great experience working with you because you really took the feedback and the suggestions and you ran with it. And so it was really, really cool to see. It's really a partnership, right? It's a collaboration. So you and I were working together, and we would get back together and decide, what's the next challenge or the next decision that we need to make. And so we would work on that, make it, and then you would go off and execute. And you'd come back and it would be done and ready to go, and we would just keep moving forward. So it was really, I think, dream scenario on both ends, because I think we've also had those clients where we work with them and we tell them, okay, do this, and then the next time they still haven't done it. And you're like, okay, you need to go do this, and the next time they still haven't done it. So yeah, kudos again to you, because you listened, you were open, you asked great questions, you came prepared, and then you put in the work and you did it. And so you got the results as well, which has been super cool to see. And I think you did all these marketing efforts and you were able to get people signed up. And you have even more people that are on the waiting list and wanting to join your future cohorts. So where do you see this business growing for you, and what do you think it's going to allow you and enable you to do in your life and in your career going forward?
What a great question. What I love right now in my life is that I'm helping people. I'm an energy healer and I lead detoxes, and what I want is to be able to share my expertise in a way that really helps and empowers people. And already what I've found is, like I said, I already have some changes, but out of my larger program, I have now identified 2 new programs that I want to create out of the larger program. So if someone doesn't want to go through my large program, maybe they want to pick this other shorter program. I'm excited about that because for me, I am looking to change my lifestyle and to work in such a way where I can help many people at once, not always just one-on-one. And that's what Circle is enabling me to do, to have more of a scalable business and less of that sort of one-on-one service. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited that doing this big program with you is shedding light on the other opportunities that are out there for me. And now that I know Circle, I know how to do it. I know how to, okay, if I want to set up this other program, I know exactly what to do to make it happen, which is exciting for me.
Yeah, I think that's a huge shift and an unlock, especially for coaches that are doing a lot of one-on-one or primarily one-on-one. Because that's the way I think most people get started, and that's the easiest way. But it's so limited as a business model because you're selling your time. And so the way to really move to a higher level is to move into a group program. And so you have some type of course as a foundation, and then you have group programs where you've got live weekly calls and monthly calls. And you're still able to do some one-on-one and support people in that way when they need that. But the value actually starts to shift more towards the community and the group itself, because people are able to get so much more value from each other in terms of support and motivation and encouragement and accountability, and then just learning from each other. Like on those calls, when one person asks a question, 5 other people might have had that exact same question, and then they got that answer right there, but then you didn't have to answer it 5 individual times, one-on-one behind the scenes. So it scales your time, and it really leverages your knowledge and your time across the group. And as the group gets bigger and bigger, it's just a better business model for you, and you're able to then invest more resources in creating additional programs that those people may need, like masterminds or other types of upsells. So it's a really great business model, and I'm really excited to see where you take that in the future.
Thank you. Me too.
So to wrap this up, thank you so much for your time, and it's just been an awesome journey working with you. I'm curious if you have any final closing thoughts that you'd like to share, or who you feel like this makes sense for people who are thinking about needing help or wanting to start coaching or communities. So yeah, just any kind of last thoughts.
Well, definitely, if you are a busy person, and for me, I'm running 2 businesses, I'm so busy, working with Jordan and his team, working with you and your team do it. Don't waver, don't hesitate, just do it, because it's going to save you time, and in the end it's going to save you money, and you're going to have less irritation, and the gratification that will come sooner, and it'll be fuller, and the amount of gratitude you have grows, which gratitude is one of the best energetic places you could be in your life. So do it, don't hesitate. It's so good. Now, if you're not a busy person, it's still worth your time. So definitely, I can't thank you enough. I couldn't have done it. And it's so beyond my wildest dreams, what you created for me. It's just beyond what I ever thought I would have. And every time I show it to people, they're like, wow, this is incredible. Like, I know it is.
Wow.
Hopefully that's helps.
Amazing. Yes, thank you so much. I'm so happy for you. I'm really happy that you are so happy with the result and the success that you're having, and the product and the quality of the product that you've created. Because I know that you've put a lot of your heart into it, and your energy and your time. So again, congrats to you, and thank you so much for getting on here and wanting to share your story with other people, because I think it's really helpful. I think there's a lot of people that are in a similar situation that you're in, where they're busy, they're successful, they're entrepreneurs, they may have other businesses, but they have this passion and this experience. They want to build another type of way to help people and serve people and to make additional income. And so I think this is a great way for people who want to share that with others, to do it through a coaching community like what you've built with Circle. So
it's
again,
possible.
thank you so much. And
thank you.
It's possible. You can do it. Let's do it together. So
exactly.
If you're interested, reach out to me. I would love to chat with you about that. And thank you so much, Lisa, and I'll talk to you soon.